Corona's like this. What happened? What happened? You think you tough?
It's not
I'm gonna
scary.
grab all of y'all like this. That's how Corona's acting right now. Oh, you got little red bottoms? Okay, hold on. What? Wear your red bottoms in the bed now. For real, red wear. Now what? Okay, your shirt costs 100 and mine costs 5. What? What now?
Free.
That's the thing. Oh, your car's electromagnetic. What now? You ain't driving nothing. That's the things that I'm like, yo, Corona's like this.
It's
Vengan.
Hi everyone. My name is Ecleen Luzmila. I'm an editor at Remezcla, and I'm here with Dascha Polanco, the lovely actress, creative, all around todóloga, who is just in Atlanta right now, and also social distancing like all of us. And we just are going to talk a little bit about self-care and some tips on like how to get through this time and where we're at right now.
Hi everyone. During this time that Corona's coming, honey, on some serious things, I just want to wish everybody to stay healthy, be safe, but also take the time to reflect and to have a balance, to find true balance to what makes you feel most comfortable and sane, right? Let us appreciate humanity. Let us appreciate these times and how there's a deeper meaning to this than just, what it is. It goes to show that there's a force out there that's more powerful than anything that we tend to hold on to. So stay positive, um, stay healthy, stay calm.
Easier than it sounds, but we can do it. We can do it.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
We can do it, people! We can do it!
I love your nails.
Thank you. Since we're on break, I was like, yo, let me go get them done real quick.
You went before we were social distancing is the right term?
No, I right when they told me that for the next 2 weeks I'm not gonna be shooting, I was like, ooh, it's a chance for me to get my nails done.
Yes.
And I want to get my nails done because I felt like, I don't know, my character doesn't have nails, so
Right.
and I love to have my nails.
Right.
I'm like por tiempo. Like there's times that I like to have my long nails. There's times that I want to just have no nails.
Right.
Kind of stuff. But right now in these times, I want to feel like, hey, because I've been a while without them.
Yeah, they're cute. I just took mine off, yes. But I mean, what are you shooting right now?
I'm shooting Samaritan.
Ooh.
The movie with Sylvester Stallone.
Okay.
And I was working on something else, but they haven't disclosed that yet.
Okay.
But it's good, There's a lot of things that happened this year that I'm so grateful for the opportunities that I'm able to do, But there's also a lot of changes.
Yeah.
And it's important for me to have these conversations with like Remezcla and people that centralize around our community. Totally. Because there's so much like it's such a big, like, for me there's such a big difference from, and we know this within our Latin America, Americans like Caucasians, black, white, they don't understand the complexity within, what they call complexity within our world, right?
Yeah.
Like there is things that we're similar to, but there's also a lot of differences that we're not. And when they group us, it's kind of like, no, we have our own thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, it's a beautiful thing that things are transcending, and that we're kind of becoming like this huge melting pot within our own community. But it's also great to have, unique qualities and or things that make us proud and stuff like that.
Totally.
I think it's just like in this time, like, I don't know if to feel anxious or to feel worried. I don't know if to like, I am the type of person that I could jump. I don't know. I feel like it's an awakening for us besides the corona thing, but like we're so used to like be socially distanced as is. You know what I mean? When people don't even realize it. Like we're on our phones, we live through our phones, we just visual, and we don't practice any social interaction. So now it's like, here, you don't get a social interaction with people. Now you're in your home and now you could be on your phone all day if you want to. And then it's like,
Right. But
you know,
now
it's,
people don't want to. Now people are like itching, and missing that outdoor
and it's like
activity.
we can't consume ourselves, and anything in excess is not good. And
Right.
though, and I noticed that we become a society that whatever's trending at the time, whatever's on, the trending topic, we jump on. For example, like there's certain things that I want to do throughout the year that I don't, como que satura. Por ejemplo, si tú estás en Instagram y si tú tienes una vaina y tú estás mirando and then everybody's posting the same thing,
Right.
it's saturation. Like I'm like, okay,
The
I'm off.
sunset, the LA sunset, everyone's posting it at the same time every day.
Coño, eso harta. Like it just gets me tired. Like the other day, I wanted to post something, and I was thinking, and sometimes I don't even freaking post about it because I'm like, yo, I become part of what everybody's doing.
Right.
So like, how could I get back to my purpose and make myself feel that I'm not just like a sheep being herded. And it comes to that point, even as little as a post, where it's like if I don't really mean or I don't feel like or connection to that, then I'm not gonna do it just because.
Right.
Like there's people that
Sorry.
we have so much issues internally and within within our personal space that sometimes we get caught off with everything else and we don't address those issues, right? Self-care. Like what is self-care? Like I ask myself every day, right? Because I'm like, I've had issues and now everybody's talking about the same thing. Like self-love, self-love, self-love. Great. But then it becomes like this is a thing to talk about because it's a trend and we
Mm,
don't take it seriously. You know what I mean? Like there's people out there that are like, oh, well, whatever their purpose is. You're going to the acting mode. I'm like, well, the topic is self-love, so let's just self-love. Or let's be extra, extra and be very, tú sabes, X-rated and opinionated and just do whatever and act crazy and be careless or whatever and who gives a fuck and all this shit and yeah, just get the attention. No, so, por ejemplo, I've always had issues with my body. Always. I've always been like, when I look back, I'm like, damn, I had a cute body, but plump, thick, whatever they want to call it,
mm,
you know, macetuda, mulata, whatever. No, mulo. I've always been that way, and I have always felt self-conscious about it. But self-conscious to myself, where I'm like in my head, and I'm like, oh my god, and then my actions speak that way also, because I'm like, I've been in situations where because of how I feel not worthy enough because of how I look, like I'll allow disrespect or
mm.
I'll like be in a relationship and push them to like, yeah, you deserve that skinny girl. You could go do that. Like I remember now my relationships where I used to be like, of course you would leave me for her because she has bigger boobs and she's skinny and I don't look that way. And it's like it's a very it's a very toxic way of thinking at such a young like age, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that think that way.
For sure. And I think now that's gonna look a lot different. So like, we're not leaving our houses, we're not dating in the typical like way. But I think for a lot of people, this like seclusion and isolation is gonna make people kind of revert back to some bad habits. So like texting that ex lover that you know is toxic for you, or just like, doing things that you know are bad for your mental
Let me
health.
tell you something. Co-star is my best friend, honey. Co-star, baby. The other day, co-star was like, "Don't call your ex." I was like, "Are you spying on me?" Because I did not say that out loud. What the hell? Like, there's always moments of weaknesses.
Yeah.
Like you want to call and you want to do things that maybe you get in your head. Now that we're here, we get more anxious. You get
Yeah.
more depressed. You look at yourself more like for the last week, I have been very hard on myself as far as like, you're not in the gym, you're not working out. What is going on? What are you doing? You're going to end up being fat. Like, what the hell? And I'm like, it's not healthy.
Yeah, it's not. And I feel like, so one thing I noticed right away when everyone started social distancing was people were saying like, oh, now's the time to really push yourself creatively and do your best work and all of this, this and that. Like people expect to come out with albums and books and all of that within this time. But I think I want to hear your thoughts on like that pressure to kind of be like go 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 and business as usual and like creativity like at a hyper level during this time. Like do you think that that's the healthy approach? Is that like what is the best way to continue being creative with but also being present and like acknowledging that what's happening can affect us and like is something that does weigh heavily on us?
I think that it's the escape mechanism that we use. Like, oh, just go. You could create now. This is the time. It's like a positive thing that people try to like hold on to. Like, well, if you're in quarantine, let's write a book. Let's do music. You know. And some of us are playing catch up. Some of us are like, yo, this 2 weeks that I don't have nothing to do. I'm gonna do what I have to do. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get like I'm thinking this right. I'm like, in order for you to I'm so weird because I'm like, I receive information, like, I don't seek it, right?
Mhm.
Like, with this thing, I feel like the more I seek it, the more I become like anxious and I get like stressed the fuck out. Like, I'm seeking, you go into that rabbit hole where you're like, oh, these people think it's a conspiracy. These people think it's like not a big deal. It's only this percentage. And the statistic, you start thinking about this. And you
Mhm.
know, I come from a background where I've worked in the sterilization world and the decontamination and cross contamination, keeping things sterile and the health, in the health community, how the practice is and the limitations that there is. And it's scary. It just makes you very scared. And sometimes, honestly, I have books here. I have my studio set up. Like, yeah, I've been recording my music. Yeah, I've been writing and drawing, and like, and the artist in me. But there's so much that you can do until you start realizing, like, I don't want to do shit.
Right.
You just kind of want to just sit
But are
there
you
and just
okay with that when that hits you and you're like, wait, I actually don't want to be doing this? Or do you let that, like, do you feel bad about that or are you okay with that?
I feel like I'm most okay when I do what the hell I want to do within my house. When
Right.
I'm like, fuck that shit. If I die tomorrow, what the hell? Like, I just ate coño totone. What am I gonna do? Like, sometimes you have to like really have those conversations with yourself.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I've had so much solo conversations with myself when while I'm here, because I'm like, okay, so yo ahora I could really organize everything.
Do
I'm
a
giving myself tasks, and
podcast.
then I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna sit here and watch Castlevania on TV and I don't know, drink something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh shit, tomorrow, this is the plan. I'm gonna stretch. I'm going to. I have been taking care of my skin though, while I've been like,
Good. Wait, I'm curious.
like I've been.
Because I feel like a big thing for me is like I'm working from home. I'm like blessed to be able to do that, but I don't take time anymore to really like. Today I did because you're special, but I wasn't gonna do my. I don't really take time. It's very easy to like just get lethargic and lazy and like not take care of yourself, honestly, and then forget about your skincare routine. But that stuff still kind of matters. So.
Well, I think that because I have the time to do it
Mhm.
now, like I'm trying to fit my time most productively. And
Mhm.
I think that it's all correct. Like for me, there's no set way of spending time activity wise during quarantine. There's a safe way to spend time, right? There's a difference. Like people misconstrue like how to be safe and how to be productive. And I think that how are you safe, right? Well, there's safety protocols that they recommend, the CDC, like those are things that you have to take seriously because those are just protocol in place to prevent further spread of infection. And it's universal protocols that we've used throughout, you know, some of us are more exposed to because we come from the health field and we know, but some of us are learning now. So I think that that should not be compromised, your safety, because that's very important. You know, make sure that you do clean it. It's not bacteria, germs, everything. Like I think it's an idea of keeping things most to your fullest capability, that they're not infectious, harmful to yourself and to your environment. Period. So whether that's glove, whether that's a mask, whether it's like, you go outside, you're feeling kind of symptoms, you wear your mask. If you could take a vitamin C, you take vitamin C. So, it's just, I think this time also is about really paying attention to you,
Mm.
to what you can do to your best of your ability, health wise. And then when it comes to productivity, right? And being mentally healthy, like my skin, right? For me, I've had issues with my skin. I don't know if it was because of Plan B's, girl. I don't know if it's because of birth control, but
It happens.
I had to, I was getting these breakouts where I've never had that in my life. I had clear skin like yours, and it's a concern because my body's telling me something.
Right.
So, like, my skin, my face, I have to take care of it. This is like, I'm an actress, I'm an artist, whatever. You're gonna see my face, and it's not that for me and my comfort. There's people out there that they're comfortable with whatever it is, but for me, my skin is very important. I listen to my body in that sense, and I decided to say, yo, I just got a facial on Monday. I said, let me start off by getting a facial, getting all the stuff out, and then my routine every morning when I wake up and every night, because it just helps. It doesn't take away from you from putting moisturizer on, and going
And
to
I
bed with your moisturizer on.
like the routine itself, like having a routine. I think obviously our routines are completely thrown out the window at this point for most of us who like don't typically work from home and like travel and all that stuff. Um, how do you like go about what does your routine look like now? So you're not shooting, are you still recording Brown Love?
No, that's done.
Pause.
So right
Okay.
now I'm not doing anything but my the so right now this is how I spend my day. Right now I'm in Atlanta. So I'm going
Okay.
back home on Sunday. I wake up, I shower. Yeah, I have to shower every morning and every night. Like, I cannot go to bed if I don't shower. Even if I'm drunk, even if I'm like fucking tired, I have to
I
take a
respect
shower.
that. I
I don't
respect.
know why. I just can't. Like, I don't feel comfy in my bed if I'm not showered. Anyway,
Yeah.
so the point is that I wake up, I brush my teeth, I do what I gotta do, and this has been my couple of days. I've gotten some food, went to Whole Foods, what's the supermarket, Sprouts, whatever, and I got some food. I got some nuts. I got some things that are like,
Food.
non-perishable, and keep it there, like the little quinoa rice and all that stuff.
Mm.
Entonces también compré cosas para la nevera, como leche, huevo, plátano. ¿Qué más? Yo te estoy dando los detalles y después tú sabes. Entonces, después de eso, I've gone to the park.
You don't do
What?
you typically watch a lot of TV or is that like just a new routine thing for you?
No, it's a balance for me because sometimes I don't, it has to be something that I'm really interested in. And I've been watching Love is Blind,
Oh, I just finished that. Did you finish?
just the first season. I'm going to go into the second now.
Okay.
You watched the whole thing?
Yeah. Well, I think I don't know if there is like two. I saw the first season too. I don't know if there is a second.
Yeah,
And then
there's three
yeah.
seasons, Duque. I thought it was three seasons.
Oh my gosh. No. Okay. I only saw the first one. I'm behind.
Yeah, so I have to see. I'm watching that. Then I watch Pandemic. Then I watch Castlevania. Now I'm watching 100 Humans. So I have been watching TV,
Good.
not the whole day because I can't. I have to take breaks. I have been recording my music, catching up on that.
Good.
I have been. What else have I do? Oh, I went to the art stores and I bought a whole bunch of art supplies because in New York I have all my puzzles. Like normally I do puzzles, but now I'm gonna have time to like finish all my puzzles.
Yeah.
And I bought my art, my acrylics. I'm gonna start doing acrylic painting,
Oh,
and just answering my emails, reading. I haven't read like a book. Yeah, so on Bosch, Ideario. Everybody has a story.
oh,
Zen in the martial arts, the Four Agreement. Like some of these I read already, but I'm gonna read. Then I have brain builders for like my
oh my,
brain.
I downloaded that game.
Adventures of the Soul,
Yes.
No Solar, and then I have an essential aromatherapy because that we're gonna talk about.
Yes. Are
Essential
you?
aromatherapy is in a pocket guide to essential oils and aromatherapy. Now you know that I'm like all about I smell good and I just love scents. And actually, when I went to the supermarket, I bought a whole bunch of stock flowers.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you can see it. Let me see. You see those?
Oh, nice.
So those flowers, yo, they smell like cloves. So like
What kind of flower is that?
it's called a stock.
Okay.
Stock flowers. Pero oh my god, they smell like cloves and I just love them. And I have to have that around me like scent goods. I have my crystals. I have my singing bowl. I have my
Ooh.
incense to ward out negative energy. I
How,
just bought, but I have my palo santo. Huh?
ooh, right now, especially, it feels like it's weighing heavily on everyone's mental health. Just, I don't know if it's the isolation aspect of it or the fact that it feels like literally everything is falling apart. But
I think
yeah,
that it's normal. I
right.
think that we have to take a moment to, like I was saying, like my psychologist would tell me, well, wouldn't it be normal that if somebody that dies, you cry?
Mm,
Like I think it's normal for us to feel right now anxiety. It's like yes, you're going to feel uncertainty. Yes, you're going to feel sad because there's no answers. It's a sudden change. And
yeah,
when we have such a drastic change, when we think about just death and when somebody leaves, like when somebody close to you dies suddenly, it's something like you feel the world is coming to an end. You feel alone. You feel like you're the only one going through. Now, when we relate to when the world, like I sit here and I think about el mundo está pasando por esto. Like,
not just us, not just me.
and let me tell you something, political differences, racial differences, economic differences. And I say that all the fucking time. Whether you got all this fucking money, whether you got all this fucking shoes, whether you got all these bags, all this, none of that shit matters because when some shit like this, when it comes and takes your ass, it's gonna take your ass and all that shit stays. So,
Right.
like, we wanna be popping a lot of shit, and pardon me if I'm using a lot of words, but you could probably edit it, right?
No,
We
go
want
ahead.
to be popping and talking all this and talking all that, but when it comes down to the nitty gritty, yo, what really fucking matters? What
Right.
really matters? Does it
Preach.
matter that I have this and that I have all that? That shit's not gonna. Nosotros no somos nada. Nosotros no somos nada. And it questions like right now, like the type of humanity that we're living in, where we become so desensitized and we feel like only when it's convenient for us we want to be like, yeah, yeah. But cuando the abuse that has transpired throughout years, a lot of us have remained silent. You know, for me right now, what's important as far as mentally, I really have to take advantage of the time, be as productive as I can be, and what's not done is not done.
Right.
Um,
How do you already, like, I feel like now is the time to set the intention and the mood and like the perspective that we're gonna have going forward. How do you like plan on staying balanced and creative and also like present throughout all this?
well, you said it, the balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I plan to do and what I hope that within our households we do is create the environment that you want to be around. And if that takes, for me, it takes having flowers, having my crystals, burning my incense, cleaning, keeping things in order for me. Because in these times, if I had a mess, I wouldn't be able. I'd be like, "What the hell?" I'll go crazy. Um, and then finding the time to entertain myself, getting myself on my own schedule. Taking things. I feel like now I could also tackle on things that I have had to work on, and it's, you know, maybe today you don't work out, but maybe tomorrow try to do something in your house. Try to do something that is as productive as for yourself physically, like either stretching or either like, you know, go up and down your stairs. You know what I mean? That's physically what I plan to do. And, you know, one day I could eat something bad, the next day eat something that I can't. Fast if I have to.
Mm,
Um, but keeping my immunity high, regulated. And then I haven't been posting on social media like that. I've been away from it.
intentionally?
Yeah, like I do what I have to do, but I've been I feel like that's what everybody's doing right now.
Yeah.
That's
Like
what
to
everybody.
experience. People are just posting every 5 minutes, I feel, and people who are completely just detached from it. And so maybe it's about finding what's right for you. But I think, I mean, what is there to even see right now? Everyone's home. What are we showing off, you know?
Yeah, it's very fun. And honestly, like when I go back to New York, my plan is to like I'm feng shuiing my stuff out, and I've been in the process of feng shuiing everything out. I'm gonna
Mhm.
finish feng shuiing, paint my stuff, you know, marry Khan to everything. I have more time, and then take the time to put my emotions and what I'm feeling onto paint, onto
Mhm.
music, onto writing. Um, Sometimes I want to talk more with my fans because I feel like my fans don't really get to know me as much as like there's artists out there that they're so great with like having a phone and tell them, look what I'm doing. And I'm
Right.
just so, like,
FaceTime, rather.
yeah, I'm just like sometimes I leave my phone like somewhere and I'm like, I don't know. Like maybe now is a time where I'll be more creatively on TikTok and be doing stuff like show my funny side.
Do it. Yeah. People should see that.
Y uno que es tan superficial. A ver todo ese maquillaje y toda esa cosa que la gente siempre andan y tanto con tanto furipuyo y tanta vaina que, a ver ahora, vamos a ver ahora, a ver qué protegida están ustedes con tanta monería. Yo, but it's
We're
true.
okay. At the end of the day, it's like you
Corona's like
said,
this, yo.
it's
Corona's like this. Like, what now? This is Corona. Like, if I was Corona, this would be Corona. Look. Dígame, y'all tough, right? What you think? You think that this is gonna say what? What now? Come, I'm ready. I'm ready. That's Corona right now. Corona's like this. What happened? What happened? You think you tough?
it's not
I'm gonna
scary.
grab all of y'all like this. That's how Corona's acting right now. Oh, you got little red bottoms? Okay, hold on. What? Wear your red bottoms in the bed now. For real, red wear. Now what? Okay, your shirt costs 100 and mine costs 5. What? What now?
Creed.
Hmm? That's the thing. Oh, your car's electromagnetic. What now? You ain't driving nothing. That's the things that I'm like, yo, Corona's like this.
It's
Vengan, come on.
so much. There's so much we can learn from this moment, and I hope that we do.
I know we're gonna make it. I'm optimistic. I feel like these are things that should unite us as humanity and say, yo, we in this together or we not in this together? Because now this is something that we have to really decide. Are we gonna fight this together? This or are we gonna sit here and be like, oh no, not you, you go.
Right.
It's not gonna work unless we work at it together, you know? So like if you sit down and you decide that you really don't want to do nothing at that very point, it's actually you doing something for yourself. Like I always take like if I feel like yo, I sit and I'm just like, and I think and I look around and I'm not doing nothing and I just stay there.
Mhm.
You're actually doing something for yourself and it's taking a time to just like balance out, just like settle down. We're always going. When you sit down for a minute, 30 seconds, whatever it is very valuable. That's why the watches, if you have an Apple Watch or whatever, one of those watches, it
Yeah.
reminds you, take a minute to breathe. Breathing is
That's
so,
helpful.
it's so innate from us that
Mhm.
when we don't take the time to actually be conscious of it, and when you do, you realize how great it is
Right.
just to be like, and purposely do it. It kind of feels good,
It
like a
does.
little nap. Coger notes. Pregúntame más, ¿qué tú quieres saber más?
No, I feel like we got so much done and even really
I
look.
think sex is great too. Like if you have the opportunity to have sex, I think that you should have sex.
Okay.
Whether
Another.
it's set, whether it's solo, whether it's with somebody, if you have the opportunity to find self, what do we call it? Self. Well, I gotta vacuum this. What
Appreciate.
do we call it? Self pleasuring.
Right.
do self-pleasuring once in a while. Like, you know, release that tension. Hot bath, bubble bath, self-pleasuring, sex, candles. It doesn't hurt. It's all healthy. You know, some of us need it. Some of us need it, honey. Some of us, I'm like, girl, you need to just like resolverte porque tú estás aburrida. Pero nada, mi amor, besos, entonces hablaremos.
If you need anything, just anytime, we're here.
I thank you, Ecleen.
Okay.
All right, my love.
Bye.
Bye.